Why is everyone giving my kids candy? You find yourself saying that? I do. This guy here tells me that he hears it all the time. This is Dr. Yoni Freedhoff. He's a weight loss expert, and you're dealing with children who are overweight all the time. And this is a big issue that parents are dealing with now, isn't it?
Yeah, the world has become a candy store to some extent. You know, it doesn't seem to be an event small enough to not warrant its christening with candy and junk food for our kids. I've got 3 little girls, and I remember one of them, when she was 8, she went to a book club, and she came home talking about the big bowl of Twizzlers that were there. I've got fundraising for schools with candy. We've got fundraising for hospitals with candy. It's a constant onslaught. Sometimes people say, well, parents can just say no, but we're not around most of the time to say no. And so I think that we really have got to this point in society where we've normalized this use of candy to pacify, reward, and entertain our kids.
So why is that? Where did it come from?
Well, I think to a large degree it came out of convenience in a sense. Our lives are growing increasingly frenetic. You know, we're always attached to our electronics. We've got a million things pulling at us from every direction. And here we have something that always works. You know, so it's tough to argue in the sense of it is going to make them happy. When my kid went to camp, instead of having those awkward icebreakers, they had a junk food cabin party. It was less creative, but I bet you it was just as effective for ice breaking, and that's the problem. It works.
This is my guilty face. Serious, because I do it too.
Yeah, you know, and it really is an all-encompassing issue. We've got kids now growing up where we've got quadruple the rates of childhood obesity that we did 40, 50 years ago. This is a real problem. We look at adults who struggle with weight. They didn't grow up with this problem, yet here we are raising a generation of kids that I think you could argue are the sickest generation of kids in modern day history. It's a real issue, and sometimes we poo-poo it and think, oh, it's just one. It's never just one. It's constant. It's just one every day, more than once.
So what you're saying is that we are pacifying and rewarding our kids by giving them candy, but the question is then, how do we change that behavior? And when I say behavior, I mean my behavior and the coaches and the teachers, not the kids.
That's right. I mean, I think it's normal now. And so when people like me come and suggest that this new status quo is not a good one, sometimes people get upset and defensive. It's not about accusing individuals of not loving their kids as much as I love mine. We all love our kids the same amount. Those coaches, those teachers, they're trying to actually do a great job. And so to approach this, I think we need to start changing first our own homes, and then moving to our schools and our arenas and our sports fields. But when we go there, we need to be prepared. So first of all, I suggest praising whoever we're talking about. Talk to the teacher about what a great job they're doing in helping care for your kids and educating them. And then point out the real contradiction between their incredible caring and their use of foods that really aren't nutritious on a regular, ongoing basis. It's not never. We just need to use it less, and then offer not only some suggestions for solutions, but offer to help.
Okay, so what are some solutions? Because I know that I get my kids to do what I want if I reward them with a snack. Sorry, I'm telling the truth here.
I believe it. So, you know, from an individual home perspective, I think it's a slow challenge. You don't want to go, you know, a 90-degree or 180-degree turn. You've got to go bit by bit. And I think that ultimately our job as parents is to live the lives we want our children to live. And so if we feel our kids are struggling with their choices, the first place to look is to our own. You know, we would all jump in front of buses for our children, but yet we're not all cooking for them. We're not all considering what we're putting into their mouths. We are literally building our children out of what we feed them. I think it's wise to build them out of higher quality ingredients. It doesn't mean no chocolate. It doesn't mean no candy. But for most families, it means less.
Thank you so much. Definitely food for thought. So if you want more of this kind of useful information, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And Dr. Yoni has his own YouTube channel, and you should subscribe to his too. Let's go have some chocolate. Just kidding. Just kidding. Kidding.